Hello, everybody. Hello, and welcome back to class. This is Saturday Schoolstone. I am Dr. Fish. Joining me on today's cast is going to be Jailstorm. Hello, Jailstorm. How are you doing?
Hey, Fish. I'm doing great. Happy to be here. Welcome, everybody.
Right. So today we have some exciting matches in the wild. I'm actually going to swap over and show both of the matches that we're going to be showing today. First off, we're going to have a matchup. These are both Brown Conference matches. We have a Slight of Annoy-O team and TH Lemur of Seas of Cheese. And then we're next after this we'll have Memnarch from Hey Loser and Otters of Hair Club. I'm quite excited to see these. I don't know about yourself.
Yeah, no, these are two great matches today. All four of these teams are very competitive, and they're vying for that top spot for points. And for this week especially, both teams are very close. With Hey Loser versus Hair Club, 6-5, and then Annoy-O team versus Seas of Cheese, 5-5. So these matches they won't dictate who wins this week, but they will make their team favored much more with a win.
Indeed, they will. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and take a look at Slight and TH Lemur's decks. We do note that Slight's Warrior has been banned and Lemur's Paladin has been banned. So go ahead and give me the
Um,
rundown on these lists.
yeah, so taking a look at Slight's list first, he brought four of the aggro decks with the Odd Paladin, the Odd Rogue, the Dark Glare Warlock, and the Secret Mage. Um, and most of these lists are pretty standard with the Warlock, the Dark Glare Warlock with two backfires, two cheaty ankle biters, the Odd Rogue with Lotheb, Leroy on the top end, the Paladin with the Oh My Yogg and Never Surrender, Lothraxian and Lotheb, Leroy there too, with two Blessing of Authorities. And looking at the Secret Mage as well, pretty standard, just one Conjure, two counter spells. So Lemur brought the four aggros this week. Looking at Slight's deck list here, he brought more of a control lineup with three control decks in the Secret Mage. Two of the control decks were Reno lists with the Warlock and the Priest. The Warlock runs the Ticketus version of the Reno Warlock, um, which kind of conflicts with the Void Caller game plan, but most of the time you'll be able to get Ticketus down with either Zola or Brand to eliminate about a third of your opponent's deck. Um, the Reno Priest, too, this is just pretty standard. He runs the Elucia, no secret tech with no Eater of Secrets. And he has the Wave of Apathy and the Palm Reading against the Dark Glare here. Looking at the Odd Warrior list, this Odd Warrior is pretty standard. It has the one Sticky Finger, the two Spiked Wheels from the Dark Moon Races new set. Um, it doesn't have Elysiana. I've seen Elysiana on a couple Odd Warrior lists. And then he has the Secret Mage with one counter spell, two Occult Conjurers. So this is a little bit more board heavy with that one tech, minus one counter spell, plus one Conjurer. Um, but these four decks here are pretty control minus the Secret Mage. So Slight with the control list over the THL Lemurs aggro list. I feel like Slight's a little bit favored here, but these aggro decks are very strong and they're very consistent too. So they could sneak out a win if these Reno decks or the control list doesn't draw what they need.
All right, that's very good to note. We do see a lot of control versus aggro here, and its control is usually favored in wild. I've gone ahead and sent the players off to do their match. First to spectate on my screen is going to be TH Lemur, and second to spectate will be Slight. You can choose to spectate whichever order you wish, Mr. Jailstorm.
Yeah, I'll probably do the same.
Okay, cool.
Have you given them the all ahead?
I did give them the go ahead. We're just gonna
Okay.
wait to see some eyeballs so we can go ahead and spectate.
All right, sounds good. Oh yeah, and the bans for this, we forgot to mention the
Oh yeah, I
bans.
did mention the
Slight
bans.
banned out the Paladin from
Mm-hmm.
TH Lemur, so Lemur will not be able to play his Odd Paladin, and Lemur banned Slight's Odd Warrior. So it's going to be Slight's the Secret Mage, the Reno Mage or the Reno Priest, and the Reno Warlock, versus Lemur's Secret Mage, Kingsbane Rogue, or that's Odd Rogue, sorry, and Dark Glare Warlock.
Right, and I see eyeballs.
All right, I'm tuning in. Okay, so getting into the first game here.
Double warlock.
Yeah, it's going to be the Lemur's Warlock versus Slight's Warlock, the mirror here, except they are different decks. Um,
Yep.
the Reno Warlock does have tools to swing against Lemur's board states with the Zephyrs. Uh, what do you call it? With the it's escaping me now. The Archwitch Willow. There we go.
Oh yeah, Willow.
Um, yeah, and it has Dark Skies, Defile, Corrupting Mist, so it has the tools. But if this Dark Glare Warlock just gets one of its crazy combo turns, um, it might just be too powerful. So TH Lemur already has two of the Giants in hand. The Raised Dead pickup is great. That's just a fantastic card with this deck. The Backfire on turn 3 uh, will fill his hand quite a bit if he doesn't get Dark Glare by that time. Slight has the Void Caller already. That's such a great card with the Void Lord as well, putting that down on 4. Doomsayer will be decent. It's kind of hard to tell at this point whether or not the Doomsayer will be effective, but coins the Backfire here.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, we see the Molten Giant and Flesh Giant in hand already, which is much of the win condition of this deck. I like this play by Slight to kind of stop quite a lot of like possible development on this turn. Although
Yeah, and
yeah,
it lets him put down the Void Caller on 4 without having to take a ton of damage from the board state as well. So he's kind of preparing for that turn 4.
Lemur just gonna
Gets the Dark Glare. That's great with the Tour Guide and the Kobold with the Raised Dead pool.
Yeah.
The Penflinger as well. He's definitely getting Flesh Giant out on this turn.
A little agony goes a long way.
Yeah, I agree. I think
with the two mana generation, with the 0 mana Raised Dead and the 0 mana Hero Power, he could do Backfire here too. This is probably one of the bigger combo turns by Dark Glare Warlock.
Oh yeah, for sure. We're gonna see so much mana be used efficiently to get this Flesh Giant out for as little mana cost as possible, which I believe is actually 0 in this case. Here's a Spirit Bomb.
He's going to throw down these kobolds. His hand might be a little bit too full to Backfire at this point. He can throw down the Flesh Giant to make space, though.
Yeah. Second Dark Glare.
I feel like you want to save that second Dark Glare. You've already got 4 mana. You don't need more mana generation, so...
Yeah, agreed.
Tosses down the Spirit Bomb. He's going to get the Broom out here to deal with the big demon. There's down the Molten Giant too, so he's putting it all on board here.
Get it. Let's see what attacks he actually got off. I think he got most of the ones off that he needed. Yep, he got them both off.
He got the 2 Giants in.
Yeah. See how much work this
Picks up the Hysteria
does?
top deck for Slight.
Does not remove the Giant, but the Unstable Fellbolt doing its job. I believe that's a targeted spell, I think, but it might not be. I don't remember. Not very.
It is. Yeah.
Okay, it is targeted. So that was really good clear from Slight to get everything out of deck or out of all the big minions off the board.
Yeah, the Giants were really low health.
Yeah.
So the Hysteria and the Fellbolt cleaned it up pretty well. The Raised Dead. The Giants are in the dead pool here. It's going to be interesting to see if he gets any Giants this turn.
Yeah. I mean, he's getting very low. I know that this deck doesn't care too much about its health, but...
Yeah, the only way that Slight could kill Leumer in this position is if he has a minion on board or Zephyrs with a card for lethal.
this like the spellstones can come in some quite handy here. Molten Giants costs almost nothing now. Um,
Yeah, well, this is also the turn you want to put down your Lotheb, right?
yes, I think you should put down. I think that Lotheb is a good play here, um, especially because regenerate some mana with a Raised Dead and the hero. Like he's getting pretty low, but also you want to be able to use I think this Amethyst Spellstone to heal, but because then you can still go for the Raised Dead with the. I guess Lemur's gonna think that Slight doesn't have um spells or anything to kind of stop any possible um
Yeah, any possible
board
board swing.
any board swing, like not create a board swing, so the Lothep has not been played. um Not trying to regenerate the mana to get up to the void, get up to a Lothep being played. You're just gonna swing face, knock
Yeah,
him.
something that's important to mention about Lotheb in this matchup is it kind of creates a bridge for Lord Godfrey to clear the board as well. Because usually
Yeah.
you have the 1 health and 3 health minions,
Mhm.
and then the 8 health. But putting the 5 health Lotheb in there, it might have just given Slight, a top deck clear here.
Potential, yeah. He finds a Zephyrus, but I don't think.
Zephyrus is huge here.
Okay. What does Zephyrus find? Finds Frost Nova.
Probably the Nova here.
Probably the Nova. You freeze the board. There's no the only way that anything gets taken out from this board, from the side of Slight's board is I guess because there is Penflingers, there is potential things to be done here. But if I'm Emer, I think seeing this, I think now you can stop another potential next turn with a. I don't believe there is a lethal, right? So you could just go for
For Lemur here?
yeah,
No, there's not. Usually you need a minion on board.
You could just go for the Lothep here.
Yeah. If Slight top decks this Willow here, and it pulls the Void Lord, not the Ticketus, it's probably the best case scenario because it would also pull the Mal'Ganis as well.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else he could draw to get out of this situation.
Draws Zola. I don't think there's anything
Yeah,
particular
this
because
is
he's not
this
at
is game
9.
one for Lemur
No
here.
9 mana, so he's gonna
Oh yeah,
dig
he
one more
taps
time.
first.
Top decks Bran. There's the concede. And Lemur wins with his Warlock.
Yeah, so the Dark Lair Warlock takes the win over the Reno Warlock here.
Yeah.
So he has the Secret Mage and the Odd Rogue left to queue here. Against the 2 combo decks in the Mage here, I would think that he queues the Odd Rogue here. Yeah. So it's the Odd Rogue against the Reno Warlock again from Slight.
Lemur with a full mulligan. Slight considering his options. He has it looks like Mistress of Mixture, Zola, and a Gluttonous Ooze, as well as Corrupted
Yeah, he'll probably keep
Mist.
the Ooze and the Mistress here.
Yeah.
Zola's a little bit too slow and greedy.
Agreed. Yeah.
Switches it for the Gnome Feratu. So he's got a 1-2-3 curve here. Just
good.
with the Mistress, the Gnome Feratu, and the Ooze. Good turn 1 play for Lemur, picking up a Pirate.
Getting that Buccaneer out. Next weapon will have a little bit more attack when it comes out.
Yeah, I believe that's a Patches bug too, so.
Oh, there's Patches bug.
Yeah.
So I will quickly swap over to the screen while I reload both of these players' stuff.
I'm reconnected, so just in the meantime here, Slight's taking a bit long of a turn 1 here, trying to figure out his plays, so.
Clicked on somebody. I got Lemur.
He picked up the Zola turn 1. Probably not his best pickup, but. Taking the full rope with this turn 1. Probably giving us just a little bit of time for that patches bug, honestly. Thank you, Slight.
Yeah, thank you. He noted he probably noticed that I went with me disconnecting, so we appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, making sure to attack the mistress first, regain the health before you deal 3 damage. And match is back on. I will switch over.
Yeah, so Slight plays or Leumer plays the 2-turn weapon here, or turn 2 weapon, swings it into the mistress, plugs the 2 pirates in the face, and Slight picks up the Cartoot Defender. Gnome takes out the South Sea. South Sea is actually one of the better cards for this deck, with the Nitro Boost Poison. Plays the Cutting Class, draws 2 Deadly Poisons, and Tour Guides again for the weapon. Plugs the pirates in the face again. And Slight picks up the Reno Jackson.
Yeah, Reno Jackson it can come in some real big handy in this matchup. It'll allow him to get it will allow him to get deeper into the match than he did last time. Where he can it's kind of an emergency um like kind of a get out of trouble of dying, I guess, type of play, but and that's just what this Reno lock deck needs.
Yeah, also keep in mind that he has the coin and Zola, so he could do Reno coin Zola on 8 to get another Reno back in his hand.
Yeah, and he with the pace that this Odd Rogue is going at, he might just need that. However, the Zephyrus is very nice. We'll see what it offers. I wouldn't be surprised if it
Zephyrus
just gives...
is going to offer the ooze here, which he's going to take.
Oh no ooze.
Oh, it doesn't offer the ooze. Picks up the cleave.
It favors the 2 minions, getting rid of them.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know if Slight was looking for a way to clear the board or was looking for a weapon clear there, but he got the board clear without an option for an ooze, which really interesting. I'm surprised that Zephyrus didn't offer that. We're gonna see we're gonna see Evil Miscreant, and the lackeys coming out. A Goblin lackey's really nice here. Could opt to clear the board with face,
He
but
opts to swing the weapon into the Zephyrs.
Yep, and then he will re-equip with Tour Guide.
Yeah, so he's probably deciding to keep the Goblin Lackey here because Slight's playing a bunch of big demons with taunts.
Yeah.
But it's kind of hard to imagine that he finds a minion that's good to rush into besides Lotheb, honestly.
Yeah. So Hench Clan Thug coming out. It's not the biggest threat at all. Deadly Poison being equipped. Hunch Thug will be played, very likely based off that, off the hovers. I could see a potential to play the Titanic Lackey here on one of the minions just to taunt it up. Doesn't have to be the Hench Clan Thug, but very likely will be.
Yeah, well, we see the Ziliax in Slight's hand here.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that he will guarantee play
what?
that, but
Corrupting
it's one of his stronger plays.
So Leumer just opted to end turn, and now Slight is hovering Reno. Actually, almost played it when probably was looking for that Cartut Defender. Dead. That would have been...
Yeah, so he drops the Cartoot Defender. Yeah, Slight's just a little hesitant to play Reno because he knows the turn 8 play is so strong, getting Reno back in your hand after a full heal. So
yeah. Alright, I like this play. Gonna get use out of the Prize Plunderer. Going to be able to play second Miscreant and re-equip a weapon. 5 damage going to face. That is a taunted. That's a big taunted up Hench Clan Thug.
Yeah, he opts for the Miscreant instead of the Toxin Blade, so he's trying to, I don't know, get some more value out of this hand instead of push more board and tempo.
Yeah, I might have gone for the Toxin Blade myself, but the lackeys that Lemur's getting is pretty okay, I guess, in this situation. Might have wanted to see an Ethereal Lackey here, potentially for more damage spells.
Yeah, something that's interesting here is Slight has the Dirty Rat in his hand, and he knows that there's 3 lackeys in Lemur's hand. So he might opt for the the Dirty Rat Ziliax play here. But if he pulls the Baku, that would just end the game.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, interesting to see what he does with this turn here.
Considering all options, there's currently 11 damage sitting on Leumer's board between the minions and the weapons. What minion and weapon opts for the heal's gonna coin out the Reno Jackson here very likely, just to make sure that not gonna die this turn. I like this play. There's still quite a lot to come out from this Reno lock, especially with Ziliax.
Yeah, so Leumer knows he has to kill the Reno here.
Yeah. Hey,
Pyroblast.
Snap
very quick pick by
Snap picks a
Leumer there.
pyro.
Yeah.
I think attacking here would be fine because it would allow the Hench Clan to trade. But opting to actually just take the forward fake and trade in the prize. Actually rush in. That's a good choice. You don't want to trade a minion that can go face in this deck. Runaway is really nice. Especially if this deck only goes to playing one minion a turn, essentially.
Yeah, no, now he's got a turn 9 and turn 10 big minion to play, if he so chooses.
Yes.
But Slight is getting into the range of turns with 8 mana, 9 mana, 10 mana, with these big board swings. So Lemur's got to be a little bit scared here of what Slight has in his hand.
Yeah.
We know it's nothing too bad. His best play here is probably, what, Ziliax and Zola?
Probably, yeah.
But even just one more turn.
Dirty Rat would essentially do nothing.
Yeah, yeah. Even with the Zola and the Ziliax, though, or Ziliax and Dirty Rat, because he's got a full board here, it's probably just not going to be enough. The Pyroblast, the Hench Clan Thug, and the buffed weapon, it just looks like it might be too much here.
Yeah, I agree.
Slight's looking for the out. He doesn't want to lose a second game with this Reno Warlock.
Yeah, you have to go for the unstable Fell Bolt to get rid of that. You're gonna go for the Dirty Rat. Pulls the Lackey, goes for the Zola. So does clog the board. I like that play. We do see the Loetheb, which doesn't do anything with a hand that has no spells. But never a bad idea to get something like that out on the board. Gonna opt to full trade. I might have liked less minions dying there. But
yeah, keep in mind there's no way to buff any of these minions, so just keeping them on board. When you need to trade them, they're good to trade.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, that makes sense.
Throws down the Loetheb here, hoping it's enough to close out this game with the Pyroblast on turn 10.
Gan is coming out. Hero will be immune. There is an answer. Can opt to Pyroblast the Mal'Ganis.
Yeah, if he tosses down Mal'Ganis, this is exact lethal for Leumer here. Let's see if he sees it. Because the buffed Hench Clan plus the 1 attack from the Miscreant is 9, and then plus 10 from the Pyroblast.
Gotcha.
Oh, he's taking a while here. He might throw down one of the big minions.
Oh, he's just gonna go for the Pyro play. This leaves the door open a little bit, not too much. But
well, you know that N'Zoth pulls down 2 of the Kartik defenders here.
Yeah, N'Zoth brings back a lot. So this should be a relatively.
And the Mistress as well.
Yeah, this is gonna bring a lot of heal back. I think even if
like Slight definitely has another chance here. Is it gonna lose the game for Leumer by leaving this up? It might not. He might be able to get past it. He has the Godfrey for a board clear. After this, N'Zoth board is taken out. But Lemur does have two big minions that Slight might not be able to clear, so we'll see.
Yeah. The bucket, this Nitro Boost, I might have... I guess regardless, you're gonna have to swing face anyways. But... Oh, it does hit, that does hit pretty well.
So now that N'Zoth is in the raised dead pool,
This,
he
yeah.
could opt for that play.
Yeah, this is where Reno Lock kind of makes its comeback.
Mhm.
Lord Godfrey
Yeah, the
comes
Godfrey
down,
clears here.
almost
Or
clears.
it puts the 9/9 down to 1 or 3, right?
3, yeah.
Yeah.
Raised Dead will be a pretty okay play here. There's been a lot of heavier cards that have died, which can be played next turn. Reno is in the Raised Dead pool. That would be a really nice pull.
Keep in mind that Lemur here has a secret passage and Leroy.
Mhm.
Leroy would end the game in this spot. He doesn't draw it, but
Yeah. I like this Buccaneer play. For the just for the amount of... Alright, we're gonna see if Lemur opts to play with deckhand or not here. Nah, just gonna go with Nitro boosting the Drake, which is fine.
interesting that he buffs the 11/3 because that's probably the first minion to go here. I thought he would opt for buffing the 2 minions, but
yeah, I mean, this just puts Slight in a place where he can't heal himself outside of playing Ziliax, which Ziliax does take care of the 11/3. Which is why I kind of liked playing it on the 2/1 and forcing the threat of that to be gone. I mean, this will be able to be healed enough.
he could find the Ooze, the Mistress here.
Found Zephyrs for healing touch.
Zephyrs might offer a clear
Soul
here with the Soul Cleave, yeah.
Soul Cleave is a really good play here, yeah. Man.
Wow, so if you're Lemur here, seeing all this play by Slight,
All right, this can't find
it's a
any
bit of a
direct...
misplay going back
this
with the
can't-
Pyroblast. He could have ended this game.
Yeah.
Finds the Forgotten Torch, and that'll do it. Yeah. Oh no, I thought he had more mana. Never mind.
Nope. Nope. That will not do it.
Okay.
But this Dreadlord will be really key.
Yeah, so the Dreadlord coming down, it contests the 7/8.
Match is so
and when he does clear, it
close.
gives him more healing with the 5/5 after.
Match is so close. It's not quite there. Torch needs to get played to shuffle the Roaring Torch into deck. But this, and I don't think Lemur should realistically attack for the rest of the game. But at the same time, this Mistress, all this stuff is just going to be so tough. It's to that point where it can get very close.
Yeah, no.
And this
as of
Hysteria,
right now, Leroy's still in deck.
and this Hysteria with Mistress of Mixtures, and if the Dreadlord attacks the 5/5 with Lifesteal being on board, if things work out correctly with Hysteria, it could have potentially led to
Yeah, I was thinking that he was going to
you could go for like a Hysteria play
Bakula.
that would attack the 5/5. However,
Yeah, he opts for a bigger play on board.
yeah,
Lemur bricks again with a draw. Spy Mistress is not going to help him here.
no,
He's got one more turn here.
he does. He has, but he's healing for 5, which means that the Roaring
Yeah, he'll
Torch,
be at 9
the Roaring
next
Torch
turn
will be
with the heal.
Leroy, or whatever. These cards being so deep in Lemur's deck is leaving a quite rough spot here.
Yeah, Lemur's best draw here of his 7 cards is definitely the Secret Passage. You could get him the Poison.
Yes,
and
there's so much in
Leroy,
his deck.
but-
There's so much in his deck.
Yeah, but
with this Kazakus potion play, on top of getting 2 Kartuts, I just think that it's been flipped. The script got flipped, and Lemur's Rogue has not gotten through now.
Yeah, so Slight takes the win with the Reno Warlock.
Yeah.
So he has the Reno Priest and the Secret Mage versus Lemur's odd Rogue and Secret Mage. So,
Yeah, that was That was the best. That probably could end up being the best chance for this odd rogue to get through with the way that these other decks
Hmm.
play. I'm not 100%
Yeah, I feel
good
like
at
the
these
Odd Rogue
matchups.
actually had the best time against the Reno Priest.
Oh, okay.
Um,
So the Reno Priest still yet to come out.
that's just from my experience. It's
Okay.
kind of a slight margin too.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
so Slight
It
picks the
makes
Reno Priest.
makes some sense, yeah.
Leumer trying again with the Odd Rogue here.
Mhm.
Gets the turn one Pirates. Slight does have the North Shower Cleric though, which is his best turn one play against this rogue.
I'm gonna wait to see if it's Buccaneer or Tour Guide before I patches bug.
Yeah. As we reconnect here, Slight also has the Zephyrs and the Kazakus, which are two of the heavier swing cards in this Reno Priest deck.
Yeah.
So he's looking pretty solid here with his hand. He knows he could take a little bit of damage and still be just fine. Grabs the Mass Hysteria too.
Right.
Is someone injured?
Oh. All right. We're gonna see a weapon, and we're gonna see a Wand Thief this turn, very likely. I think you take the Arcane Intellect.
Yeah, in this scenario, Intellect's just better. The 8-drop you'll never have the chance to play. By that time, you'll either have won or have lost.
Mm-hmm. So we do see potential for Zephyrs, but I doubt that's gonna be the here.
Yeah, I think he might opt to either heal or throw down the Moarg here.
Yeah.
He
Moarg just
runs
took a
the
hit.
Lash and the Breath of the Infinite for board clears with the Moarg to combo, but having neither of those right now, and against this rogue board with just 1 and 2 health minions, it's just he throws it down. It's not worth saving. So
Yeah.
Lemur picks up the deckhand here.
Cutting class. Pick up 2 more current cards. There's the Secret Passage. And there's Miscreant, South Sea Deckhand coming down.
Yeah, he's just gonna shove the solid face here. I think it's about 10 damage total. Oh, so he sacks 4 of it into the Moarg here. Pushes 6 to face.
But that gives a potential Zephyrs.
Seeing the Ray's dead, he knows he could play Zephyrs here.
Zephyrs Whirlwind, yeah.
He knows once the Zephyrs dies, it has a 2/3 chance of coming back with the Ray's dead. So
Yeah.
if Slight picks up some healing here, he's looking to have a real good position.
Agreed. Nitro Boost Poison and Loatheb picked up. Loatheb can have a pretty big impact on this matchup if played at the right time.
So I would opt for the Kazakus here, just because that turn 5 potion would just be so strong if he develops a board.
Okay, opts for
Opts for the turn
Raza.
4 Raza though.
I definitely think that the Kazakus would have been fine as well. It might have been better than just pointing out Raza, but once they get that 0 mana hero power in as fast as possible to stop this rogue from being able to deal so much damage in one turn.
The difference between playing the Raza and the Kazakus here, there's not a good way to clear the Raza. So
Yeah.
at this point, you pretty much have to push the damage to face as the rogue.
Yeah.
Facing down the Kazakus, though, it might incline you to trade a little bit more. He actually does trade with the Raza, so never mind.
I guess, yeah. Okay.
So he decides he's got one more turn or a couple more turns for trying to control the board here before pushing face.
Yeah, we're gonna go for Moarg Breath. That's gonna clear off the entire board, both sides. No dragon in the hand of Slight mean everything cleared. Cutting class off the top drawn can potentially play this with the evil miscreant, but
He could throw down the Lothep here. He could
yeah,
secret passage this turn too.
true.
He does have 2 of those.
Yeah, there's 2 secret passages
Opts
in
for
hand,
the
so that
cutting
wouldn't have
class into the miscreant.
been a bad play at all to go looking for some stuff that's out of hand, knowing that your hand is really strong still and but might be a little bit clunky and awkward.
Yeah. Well, in this matchup, the priest cards are better than the rogue ones.
Yes,
We
they
just
are.
get the rogue ones down much faster.
Yeah, that was
So
that was
opting for the value here with the
Map
miscreants
5
over
pick.
putting the tempo on board.
Yeah.
It's an interesting decision by Leumer.
Mhm.
The Kazakus potion picks up deal 5, draw 2. So no armor gain, no board clear.
Lotheb coming down to counteract the Kazakus potion pickup.
Yeah, he has no weapon equipped. He would want to equip a weapon here.
Yeah, I'd like to see a weapon.
Yeah, either the
here.
weapon, Spy Mistress, or in a 1-drop.
Good opt to go.
It's got options here.
Yeah, there are a few options. Okay. The polymorph boar wants to get
Yeah, so
a
that's a
little
card you play on
more-
your own minions,
Yes,
and
it
it gives
is.
you the huffer. So
Oh yeah.
a little bit of more burst by Lemur here.
I like this play by Slight. Doesn't have to play anything else except for just for a 7 mana death, which surprisingly was the best play.
Yeah, no.
Picks up the pickup of the glacial shards also pretty nice. To stop incoming damage from this rogue for 1 turn. Considering that a 6 damage weapon has just been played out.
Yeah, so looking at Slight's hand a little bit here, he has the Zephyrs and the Reno.
He does, yeah.
And
Zephyr
the
and
Mass
Reno are
Hysteria.
really nice.
So he has a lot of cards here that can combat this rogue's game plan. But with the rogue with the 2 secret passages, it could basically draw the rest of its 12 cards in the next 4 turns.
Yeah. Agreed.
So
Baku,
Lemur might just be able to outpace him, even if
Lemire,
Slight has all of his best cards.
Deadly Poison.
So I would throw out the Thug here.
Yeah, I agree.
You gotta build board against a priest.
Yeah.
Alright, so Slight goes down to 10 here. The spawn's not going to help him. It's a pretty bad draw.
Spawn of Shadows in this matchup for much later, if that even happens. That is.
Yeah, so if he opts for the Kazakus potion here to clear the Thug, that's kind of risky because he's still at 10 health, doesn't have a real way to clear here outside of Zeph and Radiance for 5 health heal.
Something like that, yeah.
But Lemur has the Leroy. He's got the Boar.
Yeah.
He's got a number of ways to close out this game.
Are we gonna see a potential Zeph Whirlwind maybe? But I think we're gonna the Glacial Shard has to go face here.
Ooh.
That looks like a Penflinger in hand. Just gonna heal.
And that's gonna be enough damage for Lemur.
That's lethal, yeah. You play Leroy, you turn like one of the 1/1s into a boar, and you win.
Yeah.
Wait, oh no, he's gonna attack with everything, and then he's gonna boar. Oh. Okay, Lemur.
Yeah, so the Wand Thief gives him just enough burst there to close out the game against Slight. Not able to get down the Zephyrs or the Reno there, so.
Yeah. Also really appreciate that new that really nice new rogue portrait being used by Lemur.
Yeah. No, it looked real cool, yeah. Okay, so getting into this, this is game 4 here. Yeah, Lemur's left with just that Secret Mage.
Secret Mage versus Reno Priest. If the Secret Mage does not win, it goes into a mirror against against Slight's Secret Mage.
Secret Mage as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Leumer here, not finding any RFGs so far. That's his best card in this matchup against the Priest. The turn 1 pass feels pretty good for Slight.
Yeah, no early rigged fair games. Mad Scientist.
So far.
Yeah, no rigged fair games for Lemur yet.
Yeah.
The only secret
Slight
we
has
see is
picked up
Netherworld.
Slight has picked up the Zephyrs, and he has Polkelt.
Oh,
from what
Polkel
he
is so
mulliganed,
big
so-
in this matchup.
Yeah, Polkelt's great here.
Yeah.
You do got to keep in mind though that those 8, 6, and 7 turns, you might brick if your opponent can outpace you with the secrets. So
Oh yeah.
there's some points when you actually don't want to Polkel.
Mm-hmm. Yo, most things seem to be like very conditional. In this matchup, Secret Mage versus Reno Priest, like these decks are decks that I've mainly seen being banned from players. So
Yeah, no, most players in this Wild series ban out the Secret Mage. They just don't like playing against the counter spells. The
Yeah.
explosive runes, just too much.
Oh yeah. Coin. So we will see Netherwind.
Dance to my song.
Let's see what
This is a little bit dangerous here by Slight, coining out the Polkel. So he's reconsidering here. He understands there's
I
There's
look like he
what,
was
8,
hovering
11
he's hovering
damage here coming in.
Hysteria. Gonna Hysteria the
Hysteria
4/3.
comes down on the Kirin Tor.
1 hit, 2 hits. Pretty good.
So that's the perfect outcome, leaving up the Mad Scientist, so
Yep.
there's no proc by the RFG.
Mm-hmm. The Ball Crystal Runner will come out.
Yeah, this is likely a Zeph play here from Slight, just trying to clear the 5/5.
Agreed, yeah. Goes Zephyrus for death. And also has a Seance to bring Zephyrus back to hand potential. As well as
What?
He could. This Mad Scientist will probably clear into the Zephyrs though, just because he knows. Or he doesn't
I'm
want
sorry. I'm
any
sorry.
board by
The
priest.
death being played. There's not enough mana to Seance.
Yeah, yeah. So he finds the Arcanologist here. That'll give him a free secret this turn, and with the Archmage or the Flak Mage, it'll let him clear the 3/2.
Yeah. Oh,
Finds
what
RFG.
a secret draw.
With Zeph gone and no raised dead at hand,
Yeah, I think you go. I think
gonna
you
be
have
pretty
to
tough for. Yeah, Slight can't really play around this rigged fair game. 0 mana draw 3.
Wave of Apathy gonna be instantly hovered here.
Yeah, I would save him about 5 damage the next turn.
Yeah, for sure.
Keep in mind, Lemur does play 2 fireballs.
Yeah, this
Most lists either run 1 or 2, but he has 2.
Dirty Rat being played would give the information there is no minions in hand.
Yeah, Slight's a little hesitant to do the Dirty Rat here. He knows that card from Lemur's been in his hand for a little while.
Yeah.
And it might just be Sage, so he doesn't want another 5/5 coming out on board here.
Ice Block and Rigged Fair Game
Opts
are
for
the
it.
secrets. RFG goes off. Ancient Mysteries. Ballet. Runes. Getting drawn runes is a nice pickup. Sage also really nice here as well. For more draw.
Yeah, with the Sage pickup here, after he plays the Ancient Mysteries and the Explosive Runes, he should play Explosive Runes first, by the way.
Yeah, I agree.
The Sage will just draw too many cards. It might just outpace the Priest at this point.
Mm-hmm.
What to do?
He's gonna play gonna go Fireball first. He's just gonna hard play runes. No Ancient Mysteries. Corrupted Insights, like the card that Slight wants to play here.
Yeah, he's probably looking for that Reno, because a Reno with Insight would be 4 mana. So the next turn he could play the Seance and Reno.
Hmm. Good news. Well, the interesting thing would be that Reno would just get eaten by the ruins. So
Yes, that's true. He doesn't know that it's runes though, so he
yeah.
was considering probably playing Lash first or something
All right, we're gonna see
to make sure it's not counterspell as well.
Celt as well, potentially.
Polkelt's an interesting play here because Anduin will be drawn next turn, which gives 5 armor, but it might not necessarily like clear any of the 5/5s on board because
Yeah.
Lemur's not likely going to play the Sage into the Anduin here.
Yeah. Or mate.
Or he just might.
Okay.
So plays the Sage here.
Yeah. No Raza being played though. The Anduin's pings are gonna cost mana.
Yeah,
Is
and he
this a-
throws down the Cabal Crystal Ring
Wow,
too. So this
double-
Anduin by Slight is going to be great.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's a bit of an overcommitment by Leumer. Didn't have to play the 0 mana runner, for sure. The Sage I can understand wanting to get the card draw into your hand. But I guess the good thing for Leumer is there's no more heal that will not be generated by like a Spirit Lash or something. There's no hero power for heal. There's only hero power for damage. And all
True,
these spells
yeah.
coming out now are really gonna help Leumer with this potential.
Mm-hmm.
We do see Psychic Scream as the next draw. From here, I believe we'll probably Reno or probably a second 7 drop if there is one.
Yeah, I believe he knows it's a 50-50 that it's either Counterspell or Rigged Fair Game, just because there's 3 secrets on board.
Yeah.
And it's open deckless. But
Yes, so this is open deck. So the next draw for Slight is going to be Reno Jackson.
yeah, so at this point, Slight's pretty much got this game. I don't want to say wrapped up here, but there's only 11 cards from Lemur here.
Yeah.
And Slight's drawing pretty much perfect with the Reno, Raza, and the Mass Hysteria.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
like when he draws Reno here, he'll even just be able to clear the Cloud Prince.
Mhm.
The turn 8 Anduin really swung here for Slight.
It did, yeah. So Explosive Ruins triggers. Reno goes away, but no face damage dealt to Slight. And this Reno Priest looks like they're in a good spot.
Arcanologist, that'll pick up the Rigged Fair Game.
But I think at this point, that Rigged Fair Game will never get procced.
Yeah, pretty safe to say at this point.
Because with one ping, Rigged Fair Game doesn't trigger.
So draws the Mass Hysteria instead of the Raza here. Probably hoping to draw the Raza.
Yeah. Guess.
Throws down the Moarg. He's
I guess
chilling.
he's gonna let Rigged Fair Game proc. Opt to clear the minion.
I'm almost out of cards.
Occult Conjurer.
Yeah, so
Nice Conjurer and Cloud.
the
Prince.
last card in his deck is an Occult Conjurer too, so
Yeah.
Slight's gonna have to deal with this board of 2 4/4s twice.
Yeah, and there is Psychic Scream, but Psychic Scream probably will not get played here. No, there's no. That was the last card was a counterspell. There was no second Conjurer, I guess. There was already played once. I should.
Is that true?
Yeah, there was
no, let
already.
me
I
just
guess there was
double
one
check that.
There's either only one in deck or one.
Yeah.
No, there's only one Occult Conjurer in deck.
Oh yes, no, that's correct.
So the last one being the counterspell. This should be pretty easy cleanup work for the Reno Priest.
Well, he doesn't have any spell that could trigger this turn because the counterspell will stop it.
Yeah.
He might opt for the Elucia play here just to stop the Cloud Prince coming down the next turn.
Yeah.
If he does do that, Slight would have drawn, what is it?
Slight was
Slight would have drawn either Spawn or
yeah.
he already played Kazakus, right? Or no, Kazakus
I
too.
mean, it's this deck is getting so the Reno Priest is getting low, but the Spawn of Shadows drawn here. It's actually pretty not really playable, but with Mass Hysteria, this board should be.
Well, keep in mind there's a counterspell on board too, so both
Yeah,
the
you're right.
Scream
So
and
the
the Mass
counter,
Hysteria are
so the
pretty
counter,
dead here.
yeah, they're pretty dead. And Lucia does nothing besides allow Leumer to not fatigue.
hmm Something he could do here. He could ping either one of the 4/4s. No, actually that doesn't work. If he plays a Lucia or Spawn, that's pretty negative. So
Yeah, I mean, it
is
looks like
this this is looking like just a loss here by Slight then?
yeah, it
Unless,
looks like it just looks like there's nothing really. He's gonna trigger
or
the counter
The
spell.
counterspell will it'll refresh the hero power, so he'll be able
okay.
to at least clear one more turn.
That's true. And then next turn he'll
but
be able.
keep
And
in
then
mind-
next turn he'll be able to remove the minion.
Yeah, well, next turn he gets Kazakus, so he'll be able to at least get a 5-mana potion, hopefully some armor or something.
He will be able to still ping because of a Lucia. He's gonna swap decks here.
Yeah, interesting though. He gives Lemur the Kazakus, and it's active because it's
Wait,
a
he gives
Highlander
Lemur the
deck.
Spawn of Shadows. Oh, it's over.
Yeah, no, that's it.
Yeah, Lemur
Wow.
wins 3-1.
That was a real close game for Lemur there. I
Yeah.
didn't think he was going to pull it out, but he did.
Right. Go ahead and get.
Yeah, no, that's a tough situation for Slight there.
Yeah, that was the counterspell being up was so crucial.
hmm Yeah, especially since it's the last secret that he played. The priest was playing around it multiple times. Whether it triggered or not, you do have to play around it. So a little bit tricky there.
So Lemur has read.
So these this game 5 here coming down to it. It's going to be the Secret Mage Mirror, and these
Lemur.
Hello, hello, friends. How you doing?
Doing well. GG's,
great
man.
games.
Thank you, thank you. Other than I don't want to talk about the lethal I missed that I counted afterward.
Okay, so you did find it. Okay.
Yeah. That pyroblast. I thought that I was one off, so I was like, okay, then I'm gonna maintain my board and just try to like end the game next turn. And then I counted it again after I did it, and I was like, oh fuck, that was lethal. Oops.
Yeah, the hench clan buff just gave you one extra to
Exactly. Right. Yeah. Super unfortunate. But
great
still a
games
good
this
series.
week.
Yeah, glad that it didn't end up with me losing the series after making a mistake like that, because that'd feel even worse. So
Yeah.
Yeah, no, true. You did pull it off in the 5 games, 4 or 5 games. Looking at your list for this week, you went full aggro. How'd you feel with that?
I liked it a lot. I am a lot better of an aggro player than I am a control player in the majority of metas, and this one is not really any different. I don't really enjoy playing Reno Warlock or Reno Priest very much. But like I like playing into them. I just don't like piloting the decks myself. And I knew from looking at previous weeks that Slight liked the Reno lists, so I thought, okay, I'm just going to try to get under them as much as possible. He banned out my Paladin, which is probably the deck I'm the most comfortable on, which was a very good ban by him, just from a player perspective, not disregarding deck perspective. But I was very, very happy that I did end up getting under the majority of games. And I even got through a couple Renos, which usually doesn't happen with aggro, so that was really nice.
Yeah. Especially with that rogue there. Finishing the game with the top deck Leroy.
Yeah, that was nice.
And then the damage from the Wand Thief too.
Yeah, the polymorph boar. I was like,
that was
oh, this
pretty
card
sweet.
is so good in this matchup. I silence through whatever taunt they have up, or I just win the game off the 4 damage.
Yeah. Your Dark Layer Warlock game was pretty interesting. You high rolled quite a bit.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
Yeah, even drawing the second Dark Layer there and having to decide whether or not to play the second Dark Layer. You had quite a generous turn there.
I was gonna say I like having the decision whether or not to play the second Dark Layer instead of like, oh, do I have to play this? It's like, oh, as a luxury, do I have to put this on?
Yeah,
Yeah,
agreed, man.
yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, the rushing giants were absolutely crazy into
Yeah,
the
that
life
was
steal
really
card, so
good.
he couldn't snowball it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you basically finished the turn with full mana. I mean, there wasn't
Yep.
much more you could have done,
No, I was like, I didn't know if I wanted to tap, but I was at like 10 health, and I was like, it's not worth it to tap. I have so much card advantage already that I just don't want to get inside any kind of lethal range. So I'm just gonna ride it out and then tap if I absolutely have to afterward.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
No, great games all around.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for
Thank you
casting.
thank you, friend.
Yeah, thanks for being on.
Of course. I'll catch you guys later.
See you later.
Yeah.
All right. Always love interviews.
All right, yeah, great game
after a win.
by TH Leumer. Same to Slight as well.
Yeah. Both players played well. I mean, like we said, we didn't see like any. I didn't see much mistakes from either players besides the miss lethal, which is always great to see. So that is our first match, but we're gonna move on to our second match now with Memnarch versus Otters. We see the decks on screen. I believe we're still waiting on Otters ban. This is open decklist, so the players
Yes.
can the players ban through the website, so they don't have to go through like the normal ban process of Hero and Legacy series. And
Yeah, are you showing the deck list right now?
I am not right now. I am going to.
Okay,
I will
so
be swapping over to the deck list right now, though.
all right, so this next match we have coming up here, it's
Why,
Memnarch from Team
why
Hey
do I not
Loser,
have their? What is wrong
and then
with?
Otters from Team Hair Club. Um, Hey Loser's 4-2 so far. Hair Club's 3-3. Hair Club has some of the community favorites here, with Keith Numbers, Concerned Bomb, uh, White Delight Burnt, as well as Otters.
Mm-hmm.
They've been doing so well, pretty well so far. Taking a look at the list for this week, though.
So I'm having some issues getting the. For some reason, my picture of Otter's lists were kind of annoying. So I'm gonna
Do you want me
try.
to send them?
No, I have it on my desktop, but I'm wondering why not going properly on OBS.
Is it like the, what do you call it, like the browser page, like giving you a log error or something?
No, I just have it. Just have it saved as a PNG on my computer.
Oh, gotcha.
That's just being kind of finicky.
Hmm.
I'm gonna.
Just talking about the classes that
Sure. Yeah.
these players brought, or these different players brought. Memnarch brought the Mage, Priest, Warlock, and Rogue. Otters brought a Druid, Mage, Priest, and Warlock. And we haven't seen any of the bans so far, so any of these decks. Ooh, actually, the bans are just in.
Oh, nice.
Memnarch banned Otters Warlock, and Otters banned Memnarch's Mage. So when we look at the decks, we might provide a little bit more commentary as to those bans.
Sure. I'm going to put the. I will be able to put the lists up. They will. There is going to be a little bit of difference in the pictures because I have not done all the filters, but yeah, they're now up on the screen. If you want to go ahead and talk about the lists.
Okay. Both of them are just Memnarch's.
Both.
Okay. So looking at Memnarch's list here, he brought the Priest, Rogue, Mage, and Warlock. And of course the Mage was banned. So he'll be playing his Reno Priest, Kingsbane Rogue, and Darkglare Warlock. Just looking at these three lists, the Kingsbane Rogue is pretty standard here with 2 Eviscerates, both Swindles, 2 Preps, 2 of the Nitro Boost Poisons, probably the best card from the Dark Moon Races expansion.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at the Darkglare Warlock, this is also pretty standard list. 2 Backfires, 2 Cheaty Ankle Biters, 2 Power Overwhelmings. And he also runs Leroy as a finisher, just to get a little bit more burst damage to close out some of those control games.
Sure.
And then looking at the Reno Priest from Memnarch here, this is a pretty standard list too. He has the Elucia to counter some of those combo decks.
Mm-hmm.
He's got Hysteria, the new card from Dark Moon Races. That's a great one as well. A bit of draw with the Novice Engineers and Loot Hoarder. You don't see a lot of Loot Hoarders in Reno Priest. Usually you see, I don't know, Moarg Insight, but he brought the Loot Hoarder. And the Wave of Apathy and the Palm Reading to defend against a Darkglare Warlock bring by Otters. So looking at Otters' list here, He brought more of a control lineup. He had the combo druid with the Malagos, um, but he also has the Oaken Summons package with the Archmage Vargoth and one Zoldrak Ritualist to combat the aggro matchup a little bit better. He has the Secret Mage with a pretty standard list here. 2 Conjurers. He subbed out 1 Mysteries to make room for the second Conjure. The Big Priest with the Blood of Cahoon, the Colossus, and the Vargoth being the only minions in there, and the Shadow Essence to cheat it out. This is a super cheesy deck. And 2 Wave of Apathies as well. And then finally, his Reno Warlock. It's the ticketless game plan with the Sense Demons to try and beat the control matchup because he has no, what do you call it? No Sir Finley Murgleton plus Grizzled Wizard combo to steal a Priest hero power. So he runs a little bit more greedy stuff like the Gnome Feratu, the Zola, as opposed to more board clears. But he has a fair amount of board clears as well. And he got his Warlock banned. So it'll be just the Malagos Druid, the Secret Mage, and the Big Priest from Otters against Memnarch's Reno Priest, the Kingsbane Rogue, and the Darkglare Warlock.
Yes. I will be able to update those here on the screen. We're going to swap over to the match
Yeah,
screen
you
now.
give them the go-ahead?
I don't know. I'm just going to look and see if they are readied up. They are not readied up. They're not in there. They have not, they haven't challenged. So
Gotcha.
cool. So it looks like a
Should I message them? Just let them know they can.
Yeah, when they get in, you can let them know. I'm also waiting on Otters to add me as a friend.
Oh, okay. Let's just get that out of the way first then.
Sure. I did add Otters. But it looks like what Memnarch's Mage is banned, and and Otters' Warlock is banned. Like, okay, just making sure because don't want to have the bans wrong on screen.
Yeah. So again, Otter's Warlock is banned and Memnarch's Mage.
Cool.
So looking at, I don't know, the matchups across the board here for both of the 3 decks that these players brought. The Malagos Druid will have the best time against Memnarch's Reno Priest. It'll be a little bit tough to scam a win against the Rogue, but it does have the Oaken Summons and the Spreading Plague to put enough taunts on board to close out.
Yeah.
And the Darkglare Warlock, it'll just kind of underperform too. Malagos Druid, it's kind of tough to get a win in that matchup. Yeah. The Mage here by Otters with the 2 Occult Conjurers, it's gonna provide a little bit of difficulty for the Reno Priest. It's about 50-50 in that matchup, I'd say. Probably loses a little bit to the Kingsbane Rogue unless they do get the Flak Mage. But with -1 Ancient Mysteries, that combo turn is a little bit less powerful. And the Secret Mage, it might pull a win against the Darkglare Warlock. It really just depends if the Darkglare Warlock gets a combo turn, and if they do, if the Mage has enough burn to push him out there. And if they don't have the combo turn, Mage just tries to fight for board.
Memnarch has told me that they are ready to go.
Otters, did you send him a friend request?
I did.
He said he can't find a request from you.
Okay, so maybe the thing on the website's wrong. I have it.
Is it the Otters and then 5 1s?
Yeah, that's what I had written down. In the thing.
Yeah, no, that's what worked for me.
Yeah, it should have said that I sent a friend request. Maybe I failed to press send. That's my bad if I did.
Here, I could send.
Yeah, I guess I did. I guess I never sent Otters a friend request. That's my fault. Yep. Yep, so that is on me.
All right. Yeah. No, we're good.
Cool. Both players can.
We're about to get into the games here pretty soon. Here.
Yeah.
Is Memnarch going to be on the bottom here?
Memnarch is going to be on the top. We're first to spectate will be Otters.
Okay.
Second to spectate will be Memnarch. This match, uh, cannot seal the week for either team, but can put the teams again in a good spot. These are the two seeds, the two seed slots for the their teams. Memnarch currently ranked 9th on the wild ladder.
Yeah, no,
Otters
Memnarch
and
grants a
Otters
lot
ranked
of the
20 and
top
Otters
legends.
ranked 24. So we have some two great wild players on our hands here.
Yeah, both these guys have a ton of experience, both with this meta and metas past. Yeah, no, Memnarch's just messaging me.
Cool.
Go ahead and play.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm excited to see this match. I personally like playing the Malagos Druid. It's one of my favorite decks, at least for this expansion.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a little tough getting a win with that. So, all right, they're hopping into the first game here.
Cool.
Okay, so there's going to be Otter's Secret Mage versus Memnarch's Kingsbane Rogue.
Cool. I'm gonna be quickly...
Yeah, so as the mage in this matchup, you want to put a lot of stuff on board here. So that Occult Conjure is a pretty good card to have. Throwing that down on turn 3 or turn 4, it's a pretty good swing against the rogue. Especially with the Ancient Mysteries on 2. He opts to toss the Conjure though. So turn 2, or going second, I mean, the Cabal Lackey's a little bit worse against the rogue. Just because they could trade into it rather than you trade into it.
God.
And a Patches bug here by Memnarch to start off. Throwing down the Buccaneer.
I didn't get the Patches bug.
You didn't? Wow.
That's incredible.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, I actually have this already on here. Cool. I can just move that. Alright, I'm getting the
Okay, so coming back into this, Otters throws down the turn 1 Cabal Lackey into the Explosive Runes rather than the Rigged Fair game. And then a turn 2 prep into Raiding Party by Memnarch, throwing down the Kingsbane, buffed up by the Buccaneer. Clears the 2-1 with the weapon, pushes the 2 minions to face here. Otters opts for the Ancient Mysteries and pulls a 0-mana Rigged Fair game. That's not what he's liking, or not what he's looking for with one of these secrets here.
No. This rogue deck is gonna... This Kingsbane rogue is gonna not really allow the Rigged Fair games to trigger. So more looking for like Explosive Rune stuff that's gonna deal a lot of extra damage. Because of the fact that these minions being played by Memnarch are low health. So an Explosive Rune...
And also keep in mind that Otters runs Flame Ward, so that might have been what he was trying to pick up with the Ancient Mysteries.
Oh, for sure. Flame Ward is such a good card against this deck.
An Uncorrupted Nitro Boost Poison on the Buccaneer.
Memnarch realizes the haste with which he has to play. Just want to get that Nitro Boost played and starting to deal damage.
Well, this also puts an interesting situation for Otters here, because instead of buffing the Patches here, he buffs the Buccaneer, trying to get the hero power from Otters here. But when he does that, the board can get sacrificed a little bit. But he is able to play the Cabal Crystal Runner too, so it's a good play.
Yeah, I respect it. Plays a 0-mana Rigged Fair game on top of it, which obviously allows the Cabal Runner to go to 2 mana. We're going to see the second Secret Passage is Memnarch just wants to go fishing through his deck for other things to play.
Yeah, so Memnarch not afraid about a counterspell here. Takes a Secret Passage.
The preparation obviously being played because it will discount, but also it also is a great checker for the counterspell, because there is Because like he'd be able
Well,
to
he
play
already
at two.
played Passage first, so.
Oh yeah, Passage would have checked. Okay, I silly me.
So he might opt to clear the 5/5 here. With 19 health by Otters, he's a little bit out of range to push for lethal, so he will probably opt to clear the Cabal here.
Yeah, I think that would be a good play.
Choose soon.
Yeah, you can't clear with just the prize plunder because Passage and then 3 of the cards is just 4 damage from the plunder. So he might try to clear with Patches, but
Split ruins. 5 to face. Plays the red Corsair. And it takes
yeah,
5.
that's real smart ordering there too.
Yeah.
Playing the prize plunder before the Dread Corsair to trigger the explosive runes.
Yes. Real good at ordering.
A veteran play by Memnarch.
Oh yeah.
Picks up another secret. Otter's best card in this matchup, or one of his best ones, is probably that Arcane Flak Mage, able to clear the board and also play the secrets.
Yeah.
But has been dodging him so far.
Yeah, unable to find him in this raiding party so big.
Yeah,
for
raiding
Memnarch.
party picking back up the Kingsbane, and it'll also probably pick up Buccaneer as well, rebuffing the weapon, or buffing the weapon again. I mean, at this point, you might not want to trade. I trust Memnarch though. He makes the correct decision. So
Yeah. Gonna find prize plunder or Buccaneer and finds Kingsbane. None of those are playable this turn, but that was gonna be the case most of the time, especially with the ordering that was. Yeah, I agree with that ordering. Going to just play out a Kirin Tor Mage. It's too it's just enough tempo that it kind of has to get dealt with. Let's see if we get the Buccaneer out first here. Very likely just to see the Buccaneer with Kingsbane that will rebuff it, or rebuff will buff.
And now he
farther.
knows that this secret played by Otters here is the rigged fair game, 100%.
Yeah.
So keeping that in mind, he knows he could just clear the board, push face, and he's in a real good position here.
Yeah, really good play. Goes face. Does not allow for that rigged fair game to trigger. There's not a whole lot here.
You know why Memnarch is keeping both of the captains too, right?
Well, there's a Tinker
So
in
Otters
hand.
has one more explosive rune. So if Otters top decks the explosive runes, it would shut down the single South Sea deckhand.
You play. So you keep 2.
But yeah, so you keep 2 of them to guarantee that you get the Tinkers on a minion that has charge or can
But
attack.
as is, this should just be lethal. Deadly poison.
Yeah, Memnarch setting up a great turn here.
Deadly poison Tinker.
Doesn't even need the
Doesn't
deckhands.
even need it. Yeah, no.
Takes game 1 over the secret mage.
He does set to 1 in case of an ice block because it wasn't 100% guaranteed.
I don't think Otters runs an ice block actually.
Does he not? Hey, I didn't personally.
Yeah,
look
no,
at
he runs the Flame Ward, not the.
I personally did not look at the deck list, so that is a good job of looking up the decks. That is Odd Road getting through from Memnarch, and so they will be moving in game 2. Both players just deciding what decks they want to queue, and we will get right into game 2 now.
Yeah, so fast queuing by both players here. Otters with his Big Priest versus Memnarch's Darklair Warlock. This is a tough matchup for the Big Priest. Probably not what he was looking to queue into.
Yeah, this Darklair Warlock will go way too fast for this Big Priest. We do see Wave of Apathies.
The Apathies are great here.
They are.
With two of them, it buys him at least 2 of the turns.
Yes.
Otters as board clears for this Big Priest. He runs no Screams. He only runs 2 of the Mass Hysterias and then 2 of the Hysterias. So picks up 1 of the Hysterias. Without those though, it's very tough to imagine he'll clear these boards by Memnarch.
A cheeky little heal. from Otter's Memnarch, putting him back up to 30.
Yeah, and that's just to prevent against the molten giants come down.
Yep, that
You
does
can't
delay
really
it by,
prevent the flesh giants,
no,
but
that does delay it by a turn. Yep.
or a little bit. It increases the cost by 2.
Yes. Right, this palm reading is big.
Finds the scream or the
Finds
ruin
the scream
here.
or ruin regardless. All right, Shadow Word
The
Ruin.
ruin's just such a great card.
Yeah.
Being able to play that turn 3, turn 8 with Lothar. So
Yeah.
just putting the librarian and the tour guide in the raised dead pool here. Still can't pick up any dark layers though.
No minions so far for Otters either. I know this deck is more just waiting to draw them later on. They are all heavy big minions, running 2 Blood Gahoons, 2 Scrapyard Colossus, running Archmage Vargoth. And
Yeah,
everything
no. Once he
everything
starts
else are
getting those
spells to
minions on
help with
board,
that.
yeah. No, once he gets the what do you call it, the Shadow Essence,
Yeah.
that's the card that kind of closes this matchup, or the distance between this matchup quite a bit.
Yes. No essence in hand yet though. But the Wave of Apathy is stuff. This is like Memnarch's maybe in a slightly awkward spot. He's just able to get Tour Guide and Kobold Librarian back to hand so that these giants will be discounted quite a bit.
Yeah, Dark Lair definitely makes these combo turns a lot better.
Yeah.
But even with just the Race Dead and these 2 draw cards with the Librarian and the Tour Guide, that's pretty much all you need to discount these giants.
Yeah.
He has a lot of burst in hand though. With the Power Overwhelming, he's got the Leroy.
He's going for it. He really wants these giants. He can get 0. He has at least 1 or maybe 2 0 mana. Has 1 0 mana flesh giant. Has a 2 costing molten giant.
Yeah, no, he could discount both these giants to 0 and play both of them. Opts for just the Molten Giant. I think that's correct.
Yeah.
Usually against this priest, with the Mass Hysterias and the Hysteria, you want to play an odd number of giants, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but we see both get played. There is no second
Both
raise
and the
dead.
Shadow Essence.
I think I wouldn't be surprised to just see maybe oh, we're gonna go for the Hysteria and hope it clears completely. It will at least clear
this is
one
a great
giant.
play by Otters here.
Yeah, that's a really good play.
He understands that both of the raised deads from Memnarch are out of his. They've already been played.
Yeah.
So killing the giants here, you're not in any real danger unless he gets more giants. But he has to draw 15 cards in his deck, and he only has 14 health remaining.
Yep. So he is up to the cost.
He's in a bit of a pinch here. Yeah.
Giants by he is up. He is lowered the cost of giants by 2. We do see the second flesh giant being drawn here from a looked like backfire. Life tap comes out, but Eternal, this Shadow Essence here can do some work. There is also potential.
Yeah, this Shadow Essence is great. You could play that in combination with the Wave of Apathy as well.
Yeah. I also like the Wave of Apathy.
Instead opts for the Ruin.
I really liked this Shadow Word Horror pickup as well.
Yeah.
Because you can combo it with a Wave of Apathy to remove giants once you've used your bigger clear.
True. No, that's very true.
Yeah. Cheaty Ankle Biter does heal up Memnarch by 1.
Yeah, at this point, as Memnarch, you probably want to dump what you have in your hand and save the taps. Because at this point, if your opponent starts putting big stuff on the board, it's real tough to come back from. So
yeah. A lot of this hand is clunky because it's 10 flingers, broomsticks, There is a deal 7, heal 7. There's a fully discounted hero. Sorry, a fully discounted spellstone in the hand of Memnarch. GD ankle biter
Yeah, but at
actually.
this point, Memnarch has he has no way to multiply the power of overwhelmings with any wind furies.
Yeah,
Um, so Otters is staying quite healthy.
yeah. Otter's in a pretty good spot here. Um,
At this point, you might want an Essence, honestly. This is a good turn to get it out, right?
yeah, I thought Essence might be fine here. You could just.
He might also be trying to mass Hysteria because he doesn't want his opponent to use power overwhelmings on the ankle biters to heal.
Oh yeah.
Because that way you could use the Dark Lair to run through the rest of your deck a little bit faster.
Hmm.
Picks up the Colossus though. It's gonna be real tough to get through.
Yeah, Memnarch has
It's about
6.
12
Yeah,
damage.
Memnarch has only 6 cards left in hand, or left in deck. He has more in his hand than he does in his deck at this.
Yeah, he has 2 broomsticks and 1 giant left.
Yeah.
Those are probably the things that Otter's thinking about right now. Yeah, so Memnarch has quite a tough decision here. The Spellstone is fully upgraded, so he could
Yeah.
try to clear and go for the Spellstone.
I could see that.
He has the Penflingers to put a little bit more damage in as well, but he knows that. Yeah, he knows that once he kills this Colossus, it's coming back 2-3 more times. So
Yeah, and it's coming back as
Otters
the
takes
original.
game 2.
Yeah, and it's coming back as the original 7/7 at that point. So Otters gets his priest through.
Yeah, Otters with a couple real lucky palm readings there to get enough of the tools to clear the boards and the giants from Memnarch here. Coming into game 3 here, 1 game apiece.
Yeah.
It's going to be Otters Malagos Druid versus Memnarch's Dark Lair Warlock. Otters picks up the Plague. Probably one of his best cards here.
Oh yeah. Plague is very good against his. Pretty good against his deck for sure.
Yeah, as the Druid here, you pretty much wanna get Plague. You want a little bit of mana gain, so I'd probably keep the Overgrowth too. Paths and Howl. You don't want to keep Howl, just because Howl's great and in combination with the Psych Melon to fill your hand. He might keep the Paths though. Paths is a nice gain 12 armor.
Yeah. Both players considering over their mulligans. Or maybe it's just Otters I don't actually.
Yeah, no, this is a tough mulligan by Otters here.
Yeah.
Just throws away the branching paths. Okay. So he keeps the Howl for a turn 3 play.
He also has
Turn 1 Librarian by Memnarch here. Great card for him. And he picks up the Dark Lair too.
a couple of decent combo pieces here for Otters in hand already. Memnarch's hand also looking pretty good here. Gets a
Yeah, Memnarch with 2 giants already.
Yeah.
The giants are absolutely key in closing the game here for the Warlock.
Mhm.
Finds the Raised Dead.
Yeah, that's
With
also
that and the Dark Lair. He might throw down the Ankle Biter here, just to even kill the 2-1 or go to his own face, trying to discount the, what do you call it?
Yeah.
The Flesh Giant.
count the flesh giant. That would give 2 discounts. One for damaging, one for healing. Opts for a tap. Gets a animated broomstick off the draw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Broom is a decent card in this matchup. Against the Oaken Summons, it's actually quite good. But against the Plague, it's a little tough because your minions usually don't make it past the Plague.
Mhm.
So pretty easy ferocious Howl here by Otters. He might coin the Overgrowth, but I don't think he needs to.
Yeah, I would rather see the ferocious howl here. Because you can take this pretty slow. As
Yeah, and the
as
Lightning Bloom
druid
guarantees
currently.
that he could play the Plague the next turn too.
Oh, it does. Yeah, that's for
A
sure.
little agony goes a long way.
So the big Dark Glare turn by Memnarch here.
Yeah. I really like the fact that he power overwhelming his minion last turn because it dealt 6 damage to Otters, and also allowed Raised Dead to have some value. Gets a free giant,
Hmm.
and doesn't really have much else to do with the mana. Doesn't There's no reason to play an extra minion in the broomstick. Could be a
Yeah, usually you don't want to play the Broomstick just for board,
yeah no
especially with the Spreading Plague coming down.
yeah you only want to play the broomstick when you need to clear board at
Hmm.
all.
Hmm.
And that applies to pretty much any time you play a broomstick. It's either to enable a combo or to clear off a board.
Yeah, and that last card picked up by Memnarch with the Lotheb. That's a real key card for closing this matchup for the Dark Glare.
It is, yeah.
Because all the swing cards from the Druid here are spells, not minions.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. Next turn, there's a couple of options. You have Spreading Plague, Malfurion, the Pestilent, which I would uh think we won't see. Could
yeah,
go for like Coin Geppetto, but that's a bit early, which would probably lead to him matchup. Really, the Spreading Plague is going to be the big thing.
yeah,
How
Lotheb's a pretty great card here.
However,
It guarantees he can't play anything else
I
besides the Zul'Drak, but he probably won't.
yeah, I
And
agree.
I apologize, actually. The Druid is not a Malagos Druid. It's a King Togwaggle Azalina Soul Thief. Steal your
Whoa.
deck. Druid.
Oh, it's a Tog Druid. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I have heard rumors of Tog Druid.
but with this matchup, that game plan's kind of out the window. You got to clear the boards here. So,
Yep. Oh, these boards are
a
big.
great play by Memnarch.
Big boys
Yeah,
coming out strong. Doesn't even
He
matter.
even had the second Molten Giant if he so wanted to, but there's no board space.
Juicy Psych Melon. Malfurion the
Yeah, so
Pestilent.
Malfurion gives a couple taunts here,
Yeah, it does. Gives some taunts.
but it might not be enough against the board that Memnarch has, especially since he has one Spellstone and a Broom.
Yeah. I think it should just be lethal on board.
Yeah, well,
with
he's
the
attacking pretty quickly,
Spellstone.
so it looks like it.
Spellstone, it deals 7. He's gonna Mortal Coil. He has exactly 25 on the board right now, if my math is correct. Like
Yeah,
16, 21,
and he only
and
needs
4.
20, 22.
Yeah, so he could just use the.
with
So
the
he could just
Spellstone here, that'll
he could
wrap
just
up the game
Spellstone
for
and
Memnarch.
wrap this up. And Memnarch will take this next match.
Yeah, so Memnarch, after the second try, gets a win with the Dark Glare Warlock here
Yes.
over Otter's Togwaggle Druid.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because I saw the Oaken summons with the Zul'Drak and the Vargoth, and I was thinking, how do you make room for that? And I realized there's no damage in the stack. He didn't run the Malagos, he ran the Tog. So
That would be one.
yeah, so Otter's once again choosing the Togwaggle Druid over his Secret Mage. This is a great matchup for the Druid over the Priest here. Just because the Druid gets its combo so quick, especially with the Biology Project and the turn 2 Juicy Psych Melon. The only way that the Priest could really mount a comeback is if they get their combo really quickly, or if they get either the Elusia or the Dirty Rat to disrupt the Druid's combo.
Yeah.
Mind if I roll knee?
Yeah, so Otters with the turn 1 Biology Project lets him turn 2 Juicy Psych Melon here, and he picks up the majority of this combo.
Yeah.
Dirty Rat comes down, and it'll pick up the Aviana. Does Memnarch have a way to clear this? Oh yeah, he has the death. Okay, yeah.
He's gonna opt to draw first.
Yeah. No, if he didn't have a way to clear this, the Aviana being
Could
pulled
just penance here.
would basically give him a turn to combo, turn 5, you know?
Yeah.
Because he had the 1 mana Geppetto, 1 mana Azalina already.
Mhm.
But without the Aviana, the combo by Otters is pretty dead here.
Hmm.
So at this point, his game plan is probably armor up and pray.
Yeah. Try to gain more armor. Pre can. But this early.
Yeah, with the polka
Early
coming down, you know the
polka.
combo's gonna. He probably is on a 5 turn timer, maybe 6 turn timer now.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, there's not a ton that Otters can do from this
No,
position.
there isn't.
Aviana is the key combo piece. Even if you get the Kun the Forgotten King pulled from the Dirty Rat, you do have the lightning blooms and innervate to finish the combo with a 10-minute Aviana. But that Aviana, all these minions here, are too expensive.
Yeah, that was just such a key pull from the Dirty Rat.
Hmm.
So it just makes this game such a awkward, and like you said, it feels like the game plan just completely had to change into try to just survive what your opponent can do to you. And with palm readings
Yeah,
and all these other cards that Memdark has just coming, he's gonna have, he has the Anduin. He's gonna be able to play that next turn with a coin potentially. There's going to be Psychic Scream. There's gonna be Reno and
oh, and he draws
Psy.
the Kun. So that pretty much ends the game for him now because he has no Geppetto. Or actually, the Geppetto can still pull
Gets
the Togwaggle here.
Togwaggle.
It might just pull the Vargoth and the Zultrak,
Oh,
though. We'll see.
cool. Yep, pulls Vargoth.
So it does pull the Togwaggle. Okay.
Pulls the Togwaggle.
So he can actually still switch decks at this point. I forgot about the Geppetto game plan, honestly. So Memnarch here, he has no Elucia to disrupt the combo, so Otters is going to get it down.
Okay. Yeah.
And given what Memnarch has drawn, he doesn't have any Raza. So he will have the Anduin to deal some damage to Otters through this, but
Yeah.
Otters will basically steal all his cards. So
Well, the ransom card would be playable to swap.
yes, but once he plays the Azalina,
Oh.
Otters will also have a swap card. So,
Oh, so he'll just be able to swap back. That makes sense.
yeah, so this is a pretty permanent swap of decks here.
Gotcha.
The light has betrayed me.
Yeah, plays the Anduin on 7 here. He probably knows the combo's coming down though.
Yeah. He's gonna opt to play it with a Coon first to have a 7/7 on board.
Yeah, and this is just because when you play Azalina, your hand gets dumped. So it's just better to play the 7/7 here.
Yeah.
Picks up the hand, understands that he has the Scream, and that's his the top card from Polkelt here.
Yeah.
He knows Memnarch is in a pretty tough position without a lot of his better cards.
Yeah.
Like if you Azalina here and you see Raza and Spawn, you're like, oh no.
But he doesn't see Raza or Reno or anything
The
like
Spawn,
that.
yeah.
So, I mean, I think Reno is the top deck here, so could opt to just go back up to 30.
You mean for Otters?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Otter's top deck is Reno Jackson.
And keep in mind he's overloaded for 2 mana, so. So Kazakis, I
Oh.
guess when you switch decks, it must reorder them.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, because otherwise there would be no reason for that card not to be Reno.
That's true. Yeah, you're right. It does. It must reshuffle.
Yeah, yeah. Goes for the Spirit Lash and
Hysteria.
Hysteria.
Ionic Probes.
Hmm.
I don't know if he's gonna clear it with a attack, but
Yeah, he goes for the full clear here.
yeah. Rest of
Yeah, so the rest of this Druid deck is either removal or armor gain.
yeah.
And Memnarch is down 6 cards in the fatigue race here.
Mhm.
So, and keep in mind the cards in Otter's deck are actually good. They do something. So,
Yeah. So Hysteria was played. That draws 2 cards, gains 7 armor. Raise dead. Mind Render Lucia played. Or drawn, I should say. He does get
yeah,
a
and he picks
copy.
up the Overgrowth with the Psionic Probe.
Yeah, that is 4 mana. Draw a card. As both players are at 10 mana now. Really, this excess mana could just be played to, just to get another ping, on to Otters, because the fact that he is Shadow Reaper Anduin and can start dealing damage, is still pretty good. A Seance here also
It's
really
decent. We can actually consider the total amount of damage that he does with the hero powers, though, right? Because he does 2 damage a turn naturally.
Yes.
And because he has, what, 8 cards in hand, 11 in deck,
Yeah.
it's 19 times 22. It's about 40 damage
Mm-hmm.
total, plus the 2 per turn.
Mm-hmm.
So Otters is a little bit in jeopardy of losing on that respect.
Yeah.
But he has a decent amount of healing with the Zephyrs, the Reno. So.
Opts for a Guardian of Kings play here. Not bad at all, especially because he kind of needs the heal. Like, I think obviously the saving grace for Otters is that they're still the Reno can never have Raza, so it can't just machine gun for 0 mana.
Mm-hmm.
Oaken Summons does
Yeah,
nothing
the
but get
Anduin
armor.
hero power will always be 2 mana, not 0.
Yes, so a lot of the damage that could be dealt, very likely just does not get dealt. It gets dealt in less time, I should say. Like this psychic.
So Memnarch opts for the full clear here. Pings 1 more to face.
Yeah. There is enough low cost stuff in Otter's deck where really only this Psychic Scream is kind of awkward. King's Ransom, getting played is not the end of the world, because obviously we just know that Otters would take it back. If anything, that King's Ransom would probably just end up being played as a card to trigger another hero power, at some point. The interesting thing would be being able to draw and actually if he grabs the deck with, I believe there's a biology project that gives mana. If there was a draw card in Memnarch's hand, like that excess mana, and it was able to fish out the Raza, that would be insane.
Yeah, no, true.
But that would be not really playable, however.
Yeah, the only way Memnarch would get back Raza here is if he Otter's Elucias, and Memnarch top decks a Raza from Otter's stolen deck.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's very unlikely, but these pings are still going to come out pretty fast. And Otters only gains 1 armor a turn.
Keep in mind that once he does get that Reno, though, the Reno plus Seance, that's about 60 healing.
Yeah,
so,
that would put the game out of reach. But Reno's still sitting in deck with 12 cards. He opts for he's gonna perhaps opt for this play of trying to draw.
Yeah, but he doesn't draw a card before Otter switches the decks back.
Yeah, he can't draw another card
unless he plays the excess mana here and draws it.
He doesn't. He doesn't get the Raza here. He gets what looks like Shadow Visions.
Shadow Visions. I don't think you play it here too. You just ping again.
Yeah. Right.
All right, so this is the turn where
Oh.
Otters draws the Malfurion, and that's going to be 8 armor gain this turn.
That's really nice.
Yeah, so that 2 armor or that 1 armor gain changes to 3 a turn now.
Yeah.
But he has to swap decks first. That's right.
That is true.
Actually, maybe he doesn't. Maybe he just loses if he swaps decks. Because a Memnarch could deal. It has to be 8 damage or 8 mana towards hero power.
Memnarch has lethal. I think.
I don't think it is because he has
Well,
to
with
spend.
a low cost draw, is low. No, because of the 2 mana per. That's
He has to spend 10 mana and just hero powers this turn to kill.
Yeah.
So yeah. He'll set up 2 turn though, hopefully. He doesn't know that Otter's top deck the Malfurion here, so he's gonna try as much as he can.
Yeah.
Ooh, actually, that Lightning Bloom does it, doesn't it?
It's close. Yeah, the Lightning Bloom allows him to play
I think
out.
he's one off.
Then he goes. Then he can. Then the biology project helps.
Oh yeah, biology project is innervate as well. No,
Yeah.
maybe it is.
Yeah, it looks like it's just. It just looks like he's gonna get there on the pings. Gonna play Lightning Bloom. Gonna ping it. Then gonna play the Schoolstone.
No, it's exact lethal.
Memnarch gets exact lethal, and that's gonna do it. Memnarch wins.
Yeah, Memnarch steals the game with the Anduin hero power.
Yeah.
Enough mana generation from the Druid deck to close it out there.
Yes. Very, very well navigated by Memnarch.
Yeah, that last turn by Otters there, I can't help but think, if he played the Malfurion, would he have lived? If the top deck from his previous deck was not that good.
I think that I don't know. I actually don't exactly know.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
It's hard to
really
say,
is.
yeah. So go ahead and contact Memnarch for an interview.
Yeah, no, it's bring him in.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, great
Alright.
games by Memnarch. Taking games 1, 3, and 4.
Yeah, congratulations, Memnarch. GG's on the win.
No, thanks.
Yeah, no, great job this week. Just looking at these games, how'd you feel?
I actually felt pretty good about the first game because I'm pretty sure that was a rigged fair game he had up, so that was never, being activated pretty much because it doesn't run ice block.
Yeah.
Even if you did run ice block, it wouldn't have popped. It wouldn't have mattered really. He would be at 1 life there. So I guess it would have mattered in a race situation, but his secret mage list, I think it's weaker in the aggro mirror than it could be.
Yeah,
So-
a little bit. Just looking at that game from the spectator side, in his opening hand of 4 cards, he had 2 rigged fair games against the rogue, so not ideal for what you want.
Well, that's rough. That's really rough.
Yeah. Just taking a look at that last priest game though, taking the win with Anduin hero power over the Togwaggle druid.
Oh, that was hard. Like I knew that if I hit the reason I didn't cast the Shadow Vision 6, I knew that if I hit Jade Blossom, I'm pretty sure I had lethal because he couldn't heal up and give me his deck back with the cards in hand unless he top decked the branching paths. And when he what was it, the 4-mana spell Oaken Summons, I knew that he had deleted a Vargoth and a Ritualist in his opening hand.
Yeah. That last card that he did draw, it was the Malfurion. So he had to decide whether or not to switch decks or play the Malfurion for 8 armor gain that turn. Obviously, he decided to go for the switch decks. He didn't want to just lose if he drew the Raza there. Yeah, interesting decision. I feel like that last game could have gone either way. It was real close.
If he would have drawn my Reno, I think he would have won that, or would have been. I don't think I would have, because he would have been gaining one a turn, pushing. I don't know, a little.
Yeah, no, that's what he was looking for, especially since he had Seance in hand as well. So Reno at that point would have been it would have closed the game out, I think, too.
Man, that
Yeah.
I still can't believe I won that. Like that was a slow.
Yeah, no, that one was really close. I will not.
And then the Dark Lair game, I think the first one, like I could have gone in with one giant, but then I realized like I didn't have Lotheb, so there's like, and if he had Essence, I just lost on the spot, so I kind of had to go in with both and hope he didn't have it.
Yeah, no, it was tough because at that point you'd already used both of the raised dead. So once the Giants died, you didn't have a ton of fuel to end the game there.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah,
But
I
I
think it
probably
was.
would have done the same thing, just trying to cheat out the Giants turn 3. I mean, they either have it or they don't, right?
Yep.
But yeah, no, again, great win for yourself and your team this week.
Thanks.
Yeah, it looks like your team
Man.
is, your team's one win away now from just locking this week up.
Yeah, Roni just won this morning.
Yeah.
So you guys are up now.
They're up 10 to
Trying to reload
6.
10-6, yeah.
Yep, 10-6.
Wow, yeah.
Mhm.
So any win would clinch even a 3-2.
Yeah, no, you guys are probably still, once again, tops of the Brown Conference with the team Hey Loser.
Um, like, I think we're gonna maintain that. Wolf, what's the next team behind us? Do you know?
Team behind
It's
you
actually
is
my team.
it's Annoy-O.
It's
Okay.
Annoy-O, or is it?
Oh.
I'm looking at
Is it?
Bash Bros 2 with
Bash
105
Bros.
points.
Oh, okay,
And
Bash.
then yeah,
Oh, your
Annoy-O's
team.
got
Oh,
it.
your
It's
team
pretty
has.
close.
Your team has a lot of points this week already. Yeah,
Yeah, we played 3 games so far.
I see that. Yeah.
But Annoy-O team has also played 3. So
Yeah, but Annoy-O has only won one of them. As Caesar Cheese took the lead, 9-6 now in that
yeah,
match.
no, this Brown Conference is really close though between
It is.
these top 4 teams: Caesar Cheese, Annoy-O team, Bash Bros 2, and Hey Loser.
Yeah, it's actually incredible how it's like a. I remember, I think it was last week. It was like a 20-point difference between the top and the fourth.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's just crazy. Yeah.
So yeah, all the points matter at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
We're halfway through the season, right? Or just about halfway.
It's 14 weeks, right? So yeah, this is the halfway point.
Wild has a long season.
Yeah, there's 4 weeks of crossplay, so it's not all just like Brown and Brown Conference.
Yeah.
It's Brown versus Green too.
There's 9 weeks of play.
Okay.
As far as I see, I might be wrong. So.
Yeah, I think it's either 12 or 14. I might be mistaken on that, but.
Oh, okay. I only see 9 weeks of matches on the schedule, so I assume there might be more.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Memnarch, for playing on stream. Congratulations on the win.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, man. That's gonna wrap it up for this edition of Schoolstone. Class is out. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Come back later for Salty Saturday if there's any matches. That will be Donde and Isocles casting. And we do have tomorrow we have a Sunday Schoolstone edition, so class will be back in session, and then Sunday showdown at night to close out this weekend of casting. Thank you, Jailstorm, for joining me for this cast. And thank you to everyone for watching. It's great to see the amount of support that has come out for this match. So we will see you all later. Take care and be safe.
Yeah, no, it's a great time casting. See you guys next week.
Yeah, see you guys.